Hi guys, Chris Voss here from the chrisvossshow.com. Another vlog post here. If you've been following along in our series with the vlog posts, we're talking about hospice care because my oldest dog, 16, suffering from terminal cancer, and we're going day by day with her to provide her the most comfortable, best experience and give her whatever life she can have in these last remaining time. We've been lucky enough where we thought we only had maybe a few days to have 8 days so far, and we're taking it day by day, and we've been really blessed so far to get what we've gotten. Then what I'm going to talk about this video is what I just about said. Hopefully we'll get more, and we're going to talk about that hope and failing hope in hospice care with your animal. You may be able to apply this to a family member or something. I've never done hospice care with a family member, so I don't know. But so we're providing her care day by day. We don't know when she's going to go. We have our good days where sometimes there's a lot of blood. We have our days where she's very happy. She's very spunky. Today, the 8th day, she showed the most spunk, the most playfulness. We'd taken her to the dog park for about an hour the day before, and she'd played and played and played, and when she came home she spotted blood for the next 24 hours. Not much, just a little here, a little there. In the hospice care here at the house, I have to have the rug portions of the house covered so that if she spots a little bit, we've got it under control, but I'm willing to spend the last days with her with stuff covering my rugs. It's just how it has to go if I want to go down this road with her. I suppose I could leave him. I suppose I could just let her bleed if I wanted to. So we're just trying to do everything we can. One of the hardest things that I've gone through in the past 8 days that she's been alive is having hope and then having it crashed. In this situation of hospice care and terminal, you're pretty much taking it day by day. And sometimes you're taking it half day by half day. And the problem is your brain has a point where it starts reasoning, whether it's logical or not, and it starts hoping, and it goes, hey, oh, she's doing really good. She might make it. Or you'll start reasoning about, what if we did this procedure? What if we did that procedure? You start nickel and diming maybe cancer treatment. You're like, well, what if we cut out this part and not that part and did not do an invasive procedure? And sometimes you forget what the doctor told you and you start thinking, well, what if we just got her to be unconstipated and she could live really long when you've ignored the fact that the cancer cells are what are causing it. Sometimes you go to the dog park like we did this week and she poops and you're really happy because that's one of the problems that's killing her, and then you find that 20 minutes later she's spouting blood, a huge amount of blood, and your hope just crashes. And so just about every day, it seems, or close to her every day for the past 8 days, I'll start getting some hope. I'll start believing in some stuff. I'll start looking at the internet, and I'll start hoping that, hey, you know what, maybe we can get through this. Maybe we can get some more time. And then the blood will come. The lethargy will come. Sometimes you'll tell she's in discomfort or pain. You're trying to alleviate it, and your hopes get crashed. And that's the hardest thing I think I'm dealing with in this situation, given the fact that she will pass. And I'm not dealing with that well either, but it's really hard because you're trying to prepare for her to go and get steeled for that experience. What am I going to do when we go to the doctor? How are we going to handle that? What do I need to do? It's like trying to bury somebody or put somebody that's not dead in the ground. You're like trying to prepare for that whole thing and trying to understand what steps you're gonna have to go through. In the meantime, they're sitting there looking at you, wagging their tail, smiling, going, "Ha, I'm really happy to have you around." So it's kind of fucked up that way. But the hardest part is just making sure that it's hard, because you have to have hope on a daily basis, or sometimes on a half-day basis, that you're going to get through that day. But you can't have like big hope. Like, I hope we get a week, because that's not probably the best position to be in. Because once the bleeding starts, or once something happens, it kind of comes crashing down really hard, and then you start to panic. Is this the moment? Is this the end? Are we going to end up in the hospital tonight again? Et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not sure to tell you how to manage it, but I just want to impart to you that it's one of the challenges that you have in this situation, dealing with the hope or the loss of hope on a daily basis, and how it's a real struggle within yourself to make sure that you keep it at kind of a minimum. You've got to just look at your dog and go, I hope we get what we can get today, and hope we get through this day, and whatever experience I can get with her, or in other people's case, their dogs or animals. I just got to try and make the most of it, the best of it. We take lots of video, we take lots of photos, we try and have some moments. Like earlier today, I filmed us playing as a little family. Stuff you never did before, when you took everything for granted and you thought we were all immortal, and you're like, yeah, we don't need to film us playing and having fun. But now we do. And I do it even on a Hero 4 GoPro, which gives me 4K rendering. So as we get 4K TVs in the future and they become very popular, I'll be able to go and see my beautiful dog in 4K. So she'll still look great. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at. So if you're in a hospice situation with your dog, or planning on going through one, or starting to go through one, realize hope, it can be a real enemy, and it can be a real dasher. And the best thing to do is just try and manage it as much as you can, and recognize that you just need to go day by day and just hope for the best that day. Try and make that day as much as you can in connecting and experiencing with your dog. And if you get another day, well, that's great. And that's my advice. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but for some reason the brain just comes up every day with stuff that I can hope or try or use and somehow make a difference and cut an angle, and it just seems to be a never-ending cycle. And then my heart goes, oh, what do you got? Oh, let's go with that. That sounds really cool. So just be careful and realize you need to manage. I think is the important thing to realize in this situation. You can't tune yourself out emotionally. The important thing to do is just focus on giving your dog the best care that you can each and every day. And if you get another day, well, then that's just a bonus. And hopefully you get a lot of bonus days. So anyway, please give us a like, subscribe to us on the Chris Voss Show. We'll be going through this hospice care. I hope if you ever get in a situation with your dog and have to choose between euthanizing them or taking care of them in a hospice care situation, if that is a possible ability, you will choose to support them in that rather than just quitting on